Praise the name of the Lord. One answer verse, praise the Lord. Elijah called upon the name of the Lord. King chapter 17, and the verses 1 all the way through to 7, 8. And there are 3.5 years, no rain. And the heaven heard. And the windows of heaven were closed. There were no rain. And he was sent to the brook, and the ravens were obedient. And they fed the men. The ravens are very bad birds, very crafty. They eat anything. But they could not touch it because they belong to God. And Elijah belonged to God. And because God is God, as we said, behold, I am the Lord your God. If there are too hard for me in front of you, whatever it is, there is no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Praise the name of the Lord. Hallelujah. Oh, what a great God we serve. That is the kind of God we serve. And I say this as I finish. Walk in the confidence. And that it calls faith in the name of Jesus. Yes. And the man of God that standeth, praise the name of the Lord. And that the freedom and the power in the faith. And you see the doors opening up. May God bless you. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Isn't that amazing how God, I got it, Josh. Is it on? Almost kind of makes you feel you want to change the message. But our God is an awesome God.
Yes, He is.
Oh, let me say it, our God is an awesome God.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah, buddy.
He's not done with you yet. Some people sometimes they say, Pastor, how come it's not happening to me? No, it is happening.
Oh, yes.
The problem is you're not connected.
Yes.
Let me say it again. You're not connected. See, I bought an antenna so I can disconnect one of my receivers in the bedroom, so I don't have to pay $10. And I bought a good one, a good antenna. It didn't work. I bought a cheap one, and they worked. You know what's the difference? I didn't have it in the right place. It doesn't matter if you have a cheap one, expensive one. If it's not receiving, it's not what you pay for. It's what's received. When we went to Bible college, we sold that woman that washing machine. She brought it back. She said it wasn't working. I said, okay, man. Why? Did you plug it? She said, why? It needs to be plugged? Oh, you know when you have it right at the... I felt like saying, Brother Gonzalo, are you stupid? But I had permission coming. I said, no, see, I plugged it. God wants to do it, but you're not plugged. You're not plugged. You're not plugged. You need to receive the current that you're plugged into. We need to align ourselves with the Word, God's Word. It's not about God, it's about you. Pastor, I have no faith. Some of us are more connected with Facebook, InBook, Notebook, Joe Book, and all of the books that are there. I have a fellow in El Salvador. He says, Pastor, I send you messages, you don't send them back. I said, I got tired. Every 15, 20 minutes you're saying something. I I'm not connected to Messenger, man. I got a life. I feel that you're ignoring me. Yes, I am. Ignore it. You think I live on Facebook or something? You see, you got to be connected to Jesus. Jesus. Need to be connected. Connected to the importance of your life. And if you're not going to succeed. You're not going to succeed. And I want to open up today. We're going to go about maybe 4, 5, 6 weeks. We're going to be talking about the family. The family. But I want to start off with talking about the family, the importance. And I want to show you that problems in life. Let's go back to Psalm 23, and then I'll take it from there. There's a verse in there that I want to leave with you, and there's 2 things in there, 2 words I want you need to carry in your life, for your family, for your marriage, for whatever you do in life. But some of us are going through this right now, and I started that to open up. And look at Psalm 23. Does your Bible have Psalm 23? And I want you to see there's something here that is so important. Verse 4 in Psalm 23. And then I'm going to give you 2 words that you need to leave. I was talking to 2 beautiful young ladies today when I walked in. And all of us, we have deficiencies in life. And I always come back to this, where I know myself that I have a learning disability. Not that I'm stupid. I'm smarter than you think I am. I love my ADD because I see everything that you do. I can have my TV loud. That annoys my wife to death, to shut the world out so I can concentrate. Some of you people can't do that. When I want to get rid of the chief, that's what I do. I put the TV loud so he can go home. Because I know he can't do it. I can do that. So to the world, that's a disability. To me, that's an advantage. What are you able to shut the world out for your growth in the Lord? Some of you right now, if they were to take away Facebook from you, you would not know how to live. Amen. Right now, if some of you could not have a cell phone, your life would be over because of your connection. Your growth is only as good as your connections are and your disconnections. Your success is not what you say yes to, but what you say no to. When I was down in Florida, we went through the Alligator Road. It says, your next gas station is 43 miles up. Gas up now. Am I right? Gas up now. You see, you don't know how long you have to live. Gas up now. Yeah, your success tomorrow is what you're doing today. I want you to see this, okay? You see, problems for you that the Lord gives us is nothing but challenge. Verse 4. Yay! That sounds Pentecostal, doesn't it? Now let me sound like a Baptist. Yea, though. Yea, though I walk what? Through the valley. Watch this. You're going to go through the valley. That's a guarantee. Pastor was bringing, your God is great. He's there. He knew before you were already born. Wait, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I fear no evil. Okay, stop there. We're going to go through family. We're going to go through the marriages. We're going to go through differences. Anyone married here? All right, look at me. Don't act so saintly, okay? How many of you, many times, you want to send your husband or your wife to Jesus? All right, thank you. You want, don't, come on. Look, my wife is not here to defend herself, but 4:30 in the morning, that woman woke me up. Because she was tightening the bed. She wants a tight bed. I want a loose bed. I want to kick the things out. And there she is, tightening the bed. Man, I said, Jesus, is it a sin if I punch her out now? And say that I was sleepwalking? That's a good idea, isn't it, Peter? Oh, no, I'm sorry. But, I mean, and I was sound asleep. You know, I mean, there you are, you brought the clothing on top of me. I said, Connie, you woke me up for that? 39 years with that woman. You and I, you see, the little differences in life don't make mountains out of them. Walk through them. It says, I fear no evil, for you are with me, Lord. See, you hear that? You see, you are with me. In a marriage, in the family, you're going to need to have the Lord in your marriage. Amen. Bringing up your children, no matter what you're going to do, if you're going to go through it and you don't have the Lord in Christianity, it's already hard. And imagine without Jesus. And then he said, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. I'll use that in a different way many times, but one is to deliver and one is to protect, and one is to correct and one is to guide. Now we'll go to the next verse, verse 5. Look at what it says. And he says, you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Look at what he has there. I want you to see this. In your marriage, you're going to have many enemies that will come against you, many ways. But yet I want you to know that your table is going to be there. Why? Because your marriage is anointed. Your marriage is blessed. You hear that? And then you say, and my cup runneth over. Oh, baby. Oh, man. Come on now. There's children in the house, but that's okay. My cup runneth over. You don't need to go to anywhere to get your lips fixed or anything like that. And you don't have to have an enhancement or decreasing or anything, because your love, your respect, your sacrifice, your mate is good enough for you.
That's right.
Verse 6. So I can start closing. Verse 6. Look at what it says. Are you ready for that? Come on, couple. Are you with me? Look at what it says. It says, surely goodness and mercy shall follow your marriage, your husband, your wife, all the days of my life. Now, this is where I close on this part here. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Oh, listen, if you are a husband and your wife loves being in God's house, thank God for that. Amen. If you are a husband and your husband loves going to the Christian new wine at the church, you thank God for that. Don't complain if he's spending too much time or not too much time. Would you rather have him at the bar? Would you rather have him at the hoochie mama, whatever you want to call it down, or the foxy lady, or... I'm going to say this to you. Honestly, this is my opinion, okay? And this is my opinion. When I got married, and I have said this before, if my wife is going to have to go to see the chickadee boys, you know, do a lap dance or whatever you want to do. I mean, and I found out, on that moment, I would say goodbye. And if my husband is going to have to go somewhere to find some woman to entertain him for the last days, I would say goodbye.
That's right. Amen. Amen. Preach it. That's right.
Listen, I say this to you. No world should be teaching you as a Christian what marriage. You should be the one that should be teaching what marriage is.
That's right. Amen.
Surely goodness and mercy will follow me. The goodness and the mercy of God. Why the goodness? Because he favors me. And why the mercy? Because I fail. But I need him. And then yet I dwell in the house of the Lord forever. If my children want to find me, they're going to come to church and they're going to find Dad. I could be taking a nap, I could be praying, or I could be reading, but I'm in God's house. Where's Dad? He's at the bar. He's drinking. They leave their children outside so they can go and have their shot of beer and let me say this to you. No child should come into a home. Oh, I'll leave that for next week. I'll leave that for next week. I'll find out how good the tides were today. If they were down a little bit, I'll save it for another week. But let me say this to you. Clean the garbage in the house. I truly believe, my children has never heard, if I said it, I must have been sleepwalking, but they have never heard a cuss word come out of my mouth. I have had many weaknesses and still do, but they have never heard me cuss. They see me mad. I'm not mad, but anointed. But a dad is supposed to show respect, especially if he has daughters. Especially if he has daughters. If he has a son, you are the example for the man that she desires to marry. I have said I'm sorry to my children a few times because I failed, but I have a zeal for God. But there's no way any home should have any of those. Anything that is a little overrated should not even be in your house. When you have a sex scene going on, do you continue watching it? And your child is watching it with you? Hello?
No.
You know what I'm saying? I know. I know that. You keep your house pure. You keep your house pure. You keep your house pure. If you're going to watch movies with me, you're going to be all afternoon watching cowboys.
That's true.
Oh, I'm sorry, in The Office too. Yeah, that's what you're going to see. And some of them, I don't even go into Henry Fonda and the rest of them because they already have some junk that comes across. It stopped with one cowboy, and that's who I watch. And some of them is because they're historical. See, I entertain my mind with something that's educational.
Amen.
Are you still here? There's nothing educational, anything. If you hear, let me tell you, if your child cannot watch it with you, you shouldn't even be watching.
That's right. Amen.
And if you're hearing that hoochie mama rap, that, hunka here and stick it there and all of that, shame on you.
That's right.
Because what comes into your ears should never go into your daughters or your sons. Don't expect someone to respect if you don't. Okay, I got 3 minutes. I want to close. We're going to be talking about embracing differences in marriage. Have you ever found out your husband and your wife was different? Some of you said, Pastor, it was very different. You see, let's look at some of the differences between a man and a woman. And before we continue to go, and what's going to happen and what you're going to go through, and the differences and the generalizations that they go through, and they're so different than you and I are, and how judgmental they are sometimes. And see, when my wife sees something right away, she wants to say, John, take care of it. And then she'll say it again, John, take care of it. And she says, well, why are you not answering? Because I don't want to take care of it. The wrong time, Not now. Take care of it. You see, watch one of them. For instance, in the husband and the wife, sometimes one of them is the provider, the other one is the encourager. Isn't that true? One is a provider. It's almost like this: one kills and the other one buries. Or one is buried and the other one is resurrected. I don't know which one it is. But go back to Clint Eastwood, make my day, What is it? Sometimes one is the protector and the other one is the nurturer. One is nurturing, the other one is the protector. You see, you need both of them in the home. But I'm going to say this to you. Listen, the only way a marriage is going to work, both of them got to want it. If they don't want it, then don't expect it. I'm going to say it again. I don't care how many times you come for prayer, unless two want it, God is not going to heal it. I don't care how you fast and pray, it won't work. Unless two agree, they cannot walk. And I'm going to say this before I close. And I don't believe that this is me. I don't believe that you can be out there with another woman or another man messing around, sleeping all night, and then come home and you want to lay with your husband or have sex with your husband, that you carry these diseases. Absolutely not. That you pass it around. It can't happen. It's not right. Hello? Do you think that they may have AIDS out there? You're going to pass it to your wife, and now your wife is going to have AIDS too, and it's not right. That's why you keep yourself pure. Amen. Pure. One is the protector, the other one is the nurturer. According to Genesis 3:16, that the man is to be what? The protector. And so God will give this man as the protector to lead. And he leads the family well. We're going to go into that. That is where we're closing. Here's one. The man is logical. The woman is what? What are you crying for? I don't know. And he's logical. He's trying to make sense. It doesn't happen. So wives understand that your man is logical. You see, you women are blessed. You can think with both sides of your brain and make no sense. We got to work with one side of the brain. It's just, and she's trying to say, you see, men do not listen to emotions. They don't even feel. So try something logical. Men, don't try to make sense to your wife until you feel her. Okay, well, don't you think like that. Logical and emotional. Here's the other one. Men are willing to take risks many times. Women, they want security. Do you have your life insurance policy also? Is it up to date? they're willing to take risks. And women need security. Always remember that, security. And men go out to buy one tool, and they come back with the toolbox and the tool.
Hallelujah.
Right? And then women want the details, and why did you do that? You know? And that's very important. So I want you to know that we're going to go through this little journey, and that we embrace, and we need to, in our lives as marriage, we need to embrace our differences. And that's very important. Amen? We need to embrace our differences. Connie and I, we went to eat yesterday, and we spent the day together. We went out to do one thing, and we did absolutely nothing that she planned. And we enjoyed it, as a matter of fact. She said, 2 o'clock, are you hungry? I said, yeah, let's go and eat. And she said, any place but Portuguese food. I said, Chinese. She says, that too.
Yes.
I said, okay. So I said, then let's go to Applebee's. She said, okay, we're going to Applebee's. And then she said, well, I would want something by the water. I said, well, we were going to Applebee's. Oh, but I would want something by the water.
Oh, yeah.
You see, when a man goes to a restaurant, he has the plate, the vision. It's already in the stomach.
Oh, yeah. Talk about it.
It's already there.
Yeah.
While women are still figuring it out what the heck they want to feel in emotions to eat. And I says, okay, we'll go to Warren's then. And Warren. So I says, turn now. And then she turns, and we go there. They just did the whole thing. And so I look at the menu.
Uh-oh.
You see, there's nothing visionary there, and I look at the cheapest plate, it's $18. And it's a fish that was on the diet. But we're by the water. We're by the water. By the water, hallelujah.
This is great.
And she looks at her plate, and she says, this don't taste good at all. But we're by the water, Connie. and then she looks at her, and she's eating her food, and she says, it's somewhat tasteless. And we're by the water, honey, don't forget. But they did have an espresso. So we had the espresso. And then she says, we can go for dessert. So where do you want to go? I said, honey, anywhere you want to go. Don't tell your wife anywhere you want to go, because that's another unlogical thing. I says, well, why don't we go to the Red Barn or the Barn, whatever. I heard that place. And so we go there. And then she's planning with my older daughter. Somehow, I don't know what the plan was, but it just didn't work out. And so we have the ice cream. But she says, what are you going to get? I said, I don't know. When I get there, I'll find out. She says, why don't you get this? Would you let me order what I want? Am I talking to anybody? And then I tell the girl, I says, can you give me a small one? Why do you want a small one? Get a regular. And we got the regular. Things got too big. She goes, oh, you should have got the small one. And then she says, okay, let's go by John's house, and we're going to have the ice cream there.
Yeah.
We went there. There was no John, no Gina, nobody. Just Tom River in front of us. Me and her by the water. We went by the water. And I didn't have my Portuguese food, and I didn't have... But we had a wonderful... Are you with me? We went by the water. It's something like that. So, embrace the differences. Make memories no matter how bad the food is, and how big the bill is, or how... by the time you reach, marriage is not about who is right, it's how you're going to finish it. Amen. Let's all stand. Father, I did my best according to my abilities, but through the power and the entrance of your Holy Spirit, that you are able to speak and minister to your people. I ask that you'll touch each one of them and that will lead new destiny with a purpose in life and in Jesus' name. Amen. Before you go, today we're going to take up our